Hi everyone, this is Aaron with Crypto Trends. Today, September 18th, 2019. Vechain. Yes, Vechain is in the news. Carbon credits go live. And isn't this a really cool car here on the left? That is by BYD, known as Build Your Dreams. Now, BYD, if you didn't know, is the largest electric car manufacturer in the world. Did you know who one of the largest investors is in BYD? Ooh, Berkshire Hathaway. That's right. Good old Buffett himself. So keep an eye on these on BYD. They've actually had a really good year, and the forecast for them in the future is looking pretty good. One thing to note, though, is that the electric car companies like in China and stuff have been given a subsidy, which will be running out in like the next year. So their profits are like really high right now. BYD is coming off of $111 million profit, which is pretty darn good, and that pretty much eclipses the previous year that they had. But check out BYD, Build Your Dreams. They have some like really cool cars. I mean, that looks like a car I'd want to drive. Anyway, what BYD is doing is, well, let's go take a look at the article, and the link is below. So let me scroll on up. So right here, digital carbon ecosystem expands to more entities and individuals in China with the launch of the WeChat mini program called Qingtanghui Life Low Carbon Link. Hey, let me go back here. Please keep in mind that this is not financial advice, just my opinion. All right, this is just my opinion. Let me make sure that I am indeed streaming here, and it looks good. So, hey everyone, thanks for watching. All right, so back to the article. So, carbon credits. What are carbon credits? Basically, let's say you're driving a BYD car, and you have proof now that you can, proof that you are helping the ecosystem and the environment and all this stuff. And when you're driving a car, you're going to get so many of these credits. And the plan is that you're going to be able to take these credits and spend them somewhere else with someone or with some entity that is also involved in the carbon credits ecosystem. Okay, so the digital carbon ecosystem is what they're calling it. So this is like really cool. So let's say with Vechain, we've had the Walmart China thing going, right? Where they're doing the mushrooms as a small rollout, and then they're expecting 100 more products and stuff. So what would happen if Vechain China says, oh yeah, you can buy those mushrooms with your carbon credits? That would be like really cool. Or just get a discount, or expand it out to their entire ecosystem there for Walmart China. We'll see. I mean, we're still waiting for Walmart China to grow. Right now, it's in test phases, right? And there's some products going. So that could be interesting. And there's other things going on there. Don't forget about the Shanghai gas and electric deal that they have going on. Perhaps you could pay your gas bill with these carbon credits. Or if you use less gas, you might get carbon credits, etc. That type of thing. So it's kind of like a discount voucher system is how I see it. But it runs on the Vechain blockchain. And with BYD and WeChat, hey, they have this mini program. And Qingtanghui Life. So this is like really cool, and it is officially launched, making the digital carbon ecosystem ready to reach out to over 1 billion WeChat users in China. So this is what the interface looks like. This is the mini program offered by BYD NEV, which is New Energy Vehicle Owners. And so they can see this, and they can track their kilowatt hours, etc. And they can just see basically how well they're driving, how much they're saving the environment, by using electric instead of petrol. So this is like really cool. And what this does is that you have an interface inside of the car, and then you use your mobile app on your phone to synchronize with the car's computer system. Okay, that's like a really good idea, because then the car does not have to have some type of satellite link or whatever to transmit data. Why do that when the driver more than likely has a cell phone that already has that capability built in? So to me, this is a real smart way of doing it. Have the source information on the car, it interfaces with the phone transmits the data, and you get your credits. Okay, that's really cool. And I think also that you can expand this. I mean, there's a huge possibility of what can be done with carbon credits for cars. Hey, maybe you can use it for oil changes or whatever, repairs, right? Anyway, there's a huge number of use cases for carbon credits. And this is one of Sunny Lou's favorite programs that he has going on under Vechain. So the link is below. Check out this article. It talks about, the NEVs and their projected sales forecasts and all this and that. This is like really cool. And China is really big into green energy. They're signed on and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens with this. But quite an interesting article here. So congratulations to BYD and Vechain. Also, I do believe if you have it says right here, if you use WeChat, you can use it to scan the monkey. Okay, scan the monkey. It'll take you the Jingtang Life mini program. So what do you guys think about this with carbon credits finally going live and being rolled out? And this is on the new electric vehicles that are being produced by BYD. It was originally like 2, and now it's 6. And they had their big auto show in April. So this is like really cool stuff. Things we've been hearing about the carbon system, the ecosystem for a while. And now it's like, hey, it's actually starting to get rolled out. So what does that mean? It means, hey, we could actually see more transactions on the Vechain platform, right? Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. Give me your thoughts, okay? That's the link below. And yeah, we'll be taking a look at some charts here in just a bit. One other thing to note, I don't have a screen up or a link, is that today, Van Eck, the electronic traded fund proposal was withdrawn. So no ETF for Van Eck. We'll look into 2020, 2021. We'll see. Main reason is that, there's still a lot of manipulation in a good old cryptocurrency market. I know. You don't believe it. Can't believe it. But anyway, I think the whole thing there is they're getting pressure from Bakkt, because Bakkt is coming up very shortly, right? Just a few days now, so we'll see what's going on with Bakkt. Interesting stuff. Here's an interesting article on Germany's federal government prepares to make sure that stable coins do not replace state-backed fiat currencies. Oh no. So yeah, they don't want their state-backed. What do you mean state-backed? They don't have state-backed. Come on. They have the euro. It's like they gave that up. Britain still has the pound and stuff, right? But what about Germany? They still have the Deutschmark? Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah, they just don't want Bitcoin to replace their fiat, their currency. And here's a quote here. This is according to the finance minister Olaf Scholz. And he said, we want to be at the forefront and further strengthen Germany as a leading technology location. Blockchain technology could contribute to this, as it is a building block of the future internet. Hey, so they like blockchain. At the same time, we must protect consumers. Yes, you must be protected. So, consumers must be protected, as well as the state sovereignty. A core element of state sovereignty is the issuance of a currency. We will not leave this task to private companies. There you go. Yeah, so that's a big fight that we'll see that goes on. And so what does that say to you? Sounds to me like they're getting a little bit nervous. They're getting a little bit scared. Have all this derivative talk with Deutsche Bank and stuff like that. And, we'll see what goes on. But I thought that was interesting. Okay, so enough of that. Let's go take a look at Vechain. So this is Vechain on KuCoin. This is the daily versus USDT. And as you can see, hey, it's had a, it's coming down from the bottom of a hill in a valley, and over the last few days, it's been kicking up, right? So that's really nice to see. Right here, this was a huge sell, but it's this is actually a bullish sign, even though it dropped all the way down here on this candle. If you look at the close, which is right around where I'm circling here, let me go ahead and circle it. This tool works right there. That's the close for that candle, which is bullish because that means it came all the way down here and it got bought all the way back up. So that's a really cool thing to see there. And it's actually slowed down this downtrend here. And lo and behold, hey, there we go. It's starting to make a turn up, and hey, it's just doing its thing. So best of luck to Vechain. We'll see what happens with that. That is on the daily. Let's go take a look at it on the, let's see, 2 hour. Here we go. All right, so that looks pretty nice. Nice increases here. It does look like it's getting a little bit tired. This is not such a great sign right here, where we're in the upper area with a higher end close right here, so it's above the 50% level. And then we have a red. That's usually an indication that, hey, it's going to go down. And that's with like the very, very short term. We'll see. That's just, tell me what you guys think Vechain's going to do. I have a cat rubbing against my legs. Hold on. Hey, little kitty cat. All right, back to the charts. So, yeah, look at this huge candle here. Look at this huge, enormous candle on the red. That is a lot of interest, right? Big old buy spike. It came way back up. You would expect this to be actually bearish because it went high up. Hey, that's a bull thing. But then it came all the way back down to where it started. Interesting stuff. And that's just a clearing. That's just to clear orders and stuff like that. And then these are like buys from Vechain, I do believe, because they're buying back some of their coins and stuff. So, why not buy low, right? Good for them. Nevertheless, that is Vechain on the 2 hour. We scroll out. There it is. Let's go take a look at it on the week. What do we have here? I think I have this over on TradingView. Here we go. So this is a much longer term of what I see that's going on, and this is according to Wyckoff philosophy. So if you're not a Wyckovian, check out Wyckoff, Richard D. Wyckoff. And as you can see from this chart, we had phase A. So we've had our selling climax and our automatic rally, and then each one of these tops of the hills and bottoms of the valleys, they call them secondary tests and stuff like that. So right now, I do believe that we're pretty much in the middle of phase B. Phase B. Where am I getting that from? Well, if you do Wyckoff, you can look at some charts here, and it will talk about different phases and stuff. So you see here you have like phase A, phase B, C, D. We like phase C because in phase C is the spring. Yeah. So what usually happens with the spring is that the price dips down below. It doesn't have to all the time. It can drop. It can actually be a little bit up. But a lot of the times what people look for is a drop below the previous low right here. And it's a pretty steep drop. And then whammo, it goes into phase D and E and stuff like that. So this is kind of like where I see us going for Vechain. This is long term, keep in mind. Don't bank on this because this thing, I mean, hey, we just had that news with the carbon credits. It could just keep, right? It could skip all of this. That can all be garbage, right? So we'll see. But anyway, yeah, Vechain. I do like Vechain. I'm bullish on it for the long term. And long term, I mean over years. The price of it, it's been terrible. It's been bloody awful, to say the least. Yeah, the price has been bad. But down in here, hey, that's this is a nice range to pick up coins if you're into dollar cost averaging, DCAing and stuff like that. There's a lot of people that, hey, they've already spent their fiat. They have no more fiat, and so they're just holding, and that's fine. You know, that's cool. I get that. But yeah, so good old Vechain. So can we go way up here and surpass it? Well, the one thing about Vechain is that it has a tremendous number of partners. Tremendous number of partners. And there was an article, let's see if I can find it. Let's go down here to Vechain, which is at number 32, and it is, wow, 11.4% up for the week. Yay. I like Vechain, if you guys can't tell. But there was an article, let's see, I believe on their Twitter. Okay, so here's their Twitter feed where they talk about the monkey, the scannable monkey here, Jingdanghui Life. So check that out. And I'm looking for this other article that had pictures. Yeah, there's good old Player. I haven't looked at Player in a bit. Where is it? Oh, it was from, I'm looking in the wrong spots. It was from Rockwood. So let me scroll down here, see if I can find it. Yeah, this one. Excuse me, not Rockwood, but Ben York. Let's click on this bad boy, and you see this picture that was taken. It says Vechain started in 2015, has evolved to an ecosystem. Wow. He says Vechain is killing it with real adoption of blockchain business solutions. Okay, and what does he mean? Well, if we look at this chart, it says 100 plus Fortune level enterprise partners. 100 plus. Cool. Hey, look, there's BYD there, if you can see that. It might be really small, but there's good old BYD, Beamer, Renault. Yeah. Air, if you didn't know, they own General Electric Appliances, GE Appliances. Yeah, so they're the ones that own that. You also have PIC, you have H&M, so Arquette is a subsidiary of H&M. Good old Walmart China, LVMH, yeah, Louis Vuitton, yeah. And then also, Deloitte, etc. And then look at the investors up here. And this is for those that aren't quite familiar with Vechain and the scope and magnitude of the project. Is that look at these investors up here. Yeah, Brer Capital, Draper Dragon, DNVGL, of course, Fimbuchi Capital, PwC. You also have a big IT guy from Deloitte is now on the board of Vechain. Do your research on that, of course. Anyway, these guys just have so many partnerships, it's beyond belief. But this is a real nice thing to see. It says 50 plus real world, real world use cases going on right now. So that's projects, where they're actually doing stuff. And then the interesting thing that's really cool is that it says 1,000 plus enterprise clients in the pipeline. Wow. So check this out. Tell me what you think. Oh, here's a much better picture that's blown up. See, 1,000 plus enterprise clients in pipeline. Yay, isn't that really cool? So congrats to Vechain. They've just been working away. Put your comments below. What do you guys think of Vechain? And I showed you guys how you can get to the Ben York Twitter feed right here, right? Okay. So that's all good. So that's Vechain. That's pretty much Vechain for it. They're just plugging away. They're doing their thing. And hey, I like Vechain. Don't buy it just because I like it. That's for sure. Follow your own gut. Follow your instincts, your intuition, whatever. And then last but not least, follow your head. So anyway, just invest wisely. That's all I can say. Anyway, so that's Vechain. Okay, looking cool. All right, so what else is in the news? Well, let's go take a look here at Ether. See what Ether's been doing. Haven't been taking a look at that too much. This is on the weekly for versus BTC. And pretty much everything's just been taking a dump and now it's going up. Okay, so did we see a low? Do you think we saw a low here? I don't know. We'll see. So Ether's having some nice days and stuff. So good luck. Well, let's take a look at it here on the instead of the weekly. Let's go to the 4 hour. I like the 4 hour. So yeah, it's going up and it looks like it's finding some resistance here. Hey, kitty cat. That is a pretty steep incline, to say the least. So what do we have going on here chart wise? Yeah, top of the hill here we have good old green candle followed by a red down bar. So a red down bar, and the close on it is almost close to the bottom of the start of the previous green candle. Using basically volume spread analysis here, it's kind of like a an add-on to Wyckoff. That's what I'm talking about here. So we have our green bar, and then we have our red bar right there. That was the close I was trying to circle. Didn't do such a great job. Anyway, that's an indication that for a decline is going to come. It doesn't always have to come. Okay, you can see that pattern in a lot of things, and sometimes it just doesn't play out. Anyway, it is what it is. Okay, so that's ETH versus BTC right now. Looks like, yeah, I mean, it's doing its thing. So we'll see if it consolidates and goes flat. Yeah, we'll see. If there are any Wyckoff patterns in here per se, just a big old bleed out for the most part. Bleeding out. Yeah, so what do we have here? I guess we could draw a line here and here. Yeah, on a mini scale for like a Wyckoff. Remember I was talking about this would be phase C, and then this is D, and then this would be E, and then E sell off and blah. So we'll see. So as far as being bullish on ETH, I'm a little bearish, to tell you the truth. Just doing that quick little Wyckoff markup. So that is ETH. And what else is going crazy? XRP. Yeah, good old XRP. We'll look at it versus USD. Why not? And same thing. Almost came down and hit my box. So that's interesting. Almost came down, hit my box. What range is it in now? It is still in play in, let's see. Let's extend this over. And we'll extend this line over so it's above that. Once again, parabolic. This is on the 4 hour. Scroll on in. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Keep an eye on XRP. Are some nice buys here. One interesting thing is that took an awful lot of effort to move it up. That means that there's still a lot of supply. They haven't got the supply yet. When there's low supply, the volume, it will take a lot less volume to move it up. Okay, to move it up a certain amount. And this is taking a lot of volume to move it up. Okay, so yeah, kind of bearish on XRP. How's good old BTC, USD? Pretty much right along this median line. It is having a nice upslope here with increasing lows. Yeah, so you can see that here. That was the general trend. But it is having a nice turnaround here with increasing lows. But it's at, I don't know, you tell me, it looks like it's pretty much at a point of decision. Is it going to dump? Is it going to dump? What's happening right now? There's a lot of altcoins that are getting business basically from good old Bitcoin. People are moving out of Bitcoin and going into altcoins. Altcoins shooting up. The Bitcoin dominance is low. But the thing is that's interesting is back here, I'll show you back here in this area. There, Bitcoin dominance was pretty high, right? It was pretty high. Even here it was high. Bitcoin dominance was high. And now it's like 67% here. So what's the difference? I mean, so there's not a whole lot of money going from Bitcoin into the alts. The thing is that the alts were so low, just about anything would bump them up huge, right? And so as far as like Bitcoin bleeding out, all going into alts, I'm really not seeing that. What I am seeing is that we have this area here. If you think of just sections, I call this area basically a sweeping motion where it goes into this range and then it sweeps. It shakes people out and it sweeps. And it says, okay, I'm done sweeping there. There isn't any more dirt or dust to pick up. And then it says, okay, now what? Do I go to a different area? Do I go high or low? Okay. And the thing is, it says, they would say, okay, was the previous area down in this range already swept? Okay. Because they're just trying to clear out buyers and sellers and stuff like that. They want the transactions. Think of it like that as being purely transactionally driven, okay? But anyway, so yeah, they had this range and it got swept pretty good. And so they bumped it up and they said, oh, how many people can we get to buy and sell and stuff like that? Plus they're distributing there for a while. And it looks like to me like they're switching from a distribution pattern into reaccumulation. So there we go. So we'll see what happens with good old Bitcoin. Let me get my drawing thing off here and scale this bad boy down. No, that didn't work out so well. So we'll see what happens with Bitcoin, whether it can come up here and start looking in this region. So we could see, yeah, we'll see if it pops above this line here, this green trend line. We'll see what happens with that. Could it be big? Yeah. I mean, why? Why could it be big? It could be something like we've seen here previously. Why could it be big? What do we have coming up? Well, what? The 22nd, 23rd, we have back going live, right? And so this is looking pretty good. This is all engineered, guys. This is engineered to design for uncertainty. Okay, it's designed to provide uncertainty to clients, to buyers and sellers of good old Bitcoin. What do I mean by that? Well, they take it down here and they basically want it so it looks like a 50-50 split. Which way is it going? For the new backed investors. And that way they'll say, wow, they can get more investors by having two paths than one. And so backed will be looking at of course, transactions, right? So they want the most transactions. So by providing avenues to go both ways, instead of it just going up, everybody will think it's going to go up. But if you look at this thing, it looks like, hey, yeah, it could dump down in this previous level here or even further. So we'll see. So some people will be taking shorts, and then other people will be saying, oh my gosh, well, this thing's been on an uptrend. It's a monster. It's Bitcoin. It has volatile moves. Yeah, it could go up. So we'll see what happens, but I'm expecting more volatility. I'm actually expecting the volatility to be around the 22nd, 23rd, and we'll see what happens with that. But don't forget about the sweepy motion here. They are interested in, basically, if you just think, if you put wear the shoes of an exchange, just think, how are they going to get transactions? Okay, and take it from there. Are they going to clear out shorts? Are they going to clear out the longs? What are they going to do? So don't forget to take a look at the BitMEX longs and shorts and stuff like that to help give you a clue. Also, the volumes here, if you take a look at the volumes, which is really important too, we have a huge, not huge, but a nice descending line actually on the cells. So that means the cells are pretty much eaten up. Also, another thing of note, let me go over here to, I believe it's on the 2 hour where it's easier to see. Scroll on over. Oh, I have this thing. Let me put on auto real quick. Okay, so just looking at the volumes, that was a pretty big volume and it really didn't move. Okay. But the interesting thing, this is on 2 hour, guys. The interesting thing, though, is that the green candle that we're currently on, it's going up, and the volume is significantly less, but the height of it is, I mean, it's a lot higher. Do you see that? They're getting a lot more increase on this, on this candle with much less volume. Okay, this is about a quarter of the volume, and down here as compared to this candle. Okay, it's about a quarter of the volume, and compare that height, that length of this bar, the line, and look at it. This is about 50%, right? So they're getting on 25%, right? They're getting 50%. That means that basically that it takes less effort and they're getting a greater response. So this is basically, think of this as leveraged, which is an indication that supply, good old supply in this area has been depleted. And when supply is depleted, well, that's usually a nice sign for that. So we'll see what happens. Can it go up? Can it go down? Yeah. Can I give you a definitive answer? No. You have to follow your own gut, your own instincts for that. So anyway, tell me what you guys think. But that's about it for this video. So don't forget to like, subscribe, get notified. I'm just going to go over and see if there's anyone on the chat. So say hi. Hey, there are people. Hey, peoples. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Hey, Megan McClare. How's it going? So, can't wait for the VET price walls to dissipate. Buffett, Rothschild, Rockefeller. Yeah. Yeah, tell me about it. VET has had more Bitcoin in the sell walls and stuff than I think Bitcoin has on its order book. It's just truly, truly amazing. And Vechain is that's VET, if you didn't know, VET Vechain. Vechain is like, it's one of the very, very few things out there that has all the partnerships and is, to me, it's legit. You know, I can't guarantee that, but to me, it's a legit thing. And you still see people calling it a scam coin and this and that, and then you have the world's largest electric car manufacturer integrating a scam coin into their vehicle. Yeah, of course. So VET, yeah, VET all the way, man. I'm a long-term holder of VET. Really love it. Oh, let's go take a look at So there's Wyckoff. You can look up Wyckoff. A lot of pictures out there. Let's go over to Ocean X. I haven't been there in a while. And we're going to go take a look at Player. What has Player been doing? PLA. Oh, it's down 2.14. Oh, no. Haven't looked at it for a while. So, oh, good. Oh, good. It ate through my box. Okay. Cool. I haven't looked at this thing since, gosh, I don't know, about 8.6, 8.7, somewhere around there. So that's cool. Let me go ahead and update my Chartorama. So it's going up. Okay. So Player's looking strong. One nice thing I like about Player is that, just looking at this, is that it is doing a consolidation pattern with, damn it, get that off there. It's doing a consolidation pattern with a slight increase in the lows. So that's really cool. That's nice. So we'll see what Player does. It hit my blue box there. Let's just take that, copy paste. That seems about right. There. Okay, there's Player. All right, enough of Player. Back to the chats. Hey, Matan, how's it going? So Diesel Hound says VET will be listed on Binance US. I certainly hope so. That would be really cool. Okay, that would be awesome. I haven't heard for sure if that's the case. I know they're one of the coins under consideration. But if you have new news on that, where that is definitely the case, that would be awesome. You know, put it in the chat. Mega Mark Claire says XRP blew through 6 resistance lines yesterday and out of its wedge. Yeah, let's go take a look at good old XRP. XRP. Maybe we should look at it versus Bitcoin. Six resistance lines. 6 resistant lines. Secondary test, 2, up, blue above, E. Don't know, man. But I do have a target box up here in a while. So we'll see what happens for XRP. Let me bring this down. Take auto off. That way I can scroll this up. Yeah, so I'm glad it didn't. I'm glad it consolidated here. It's going up. Hopefully it won't drop down here. But if it does, you know, we'll see. Anyway, targets I'm looking for is here or there. Right now, more likely it's here because it's gone so far past this one box. So yeah, that's another target that I drew for XRP. So we'll see what happens with that. Not a huge deal, right? It still has a ways to go. But as far as resistance lines, yeah, there's some points here where there's resistance. Right here is a big one. This would actually be, I took it off of these two tops here. That's going to be the tricky one if it can meet that. I mean, right now it already looked like it found resistance here at this little area of activity. So we'll see. But as far as it blowing through resistance lines, you know, I really, for the most part, I don't pay attention to them, because Bitcoin and cryptos, they're manipulated. And so they'll go wherever the person or people manipulating them want them to go. And they can make it blow through all the resistance lines if they want. They can make this thing go up to $3 in a day. Easy, not a problem. Okay? But so we'll see. So that's where I think XRP's going. We'll see. You know, this is on the 2-hour XRP BTC. Yeah, so anyway, hey, consolidating. Looks like at a bottom. Heading towards the 23rd. Heading towards back. We'll see what happens. Yeah, exciting times. Some more says the legend is back. Yeah, I've been busy doing stuff and anyway, just a whole bunch of life stuff, right? So hopefully I'll be able to well, I shall be making more videos on a more regular basis, that's for sure. But yes, I am back. Yay. So Matan says VET is a futuristic project. I see it rising up globally in 2-3 years max. Yeah, it's increasing. It's increasing. And then world's largest electric car manufacturer, BYD, is putting it in 6 of their vehicles. Yeah, so they're going to be selling them, and they're going to be on the road pretty soon. So start watching for it, you know, next 2, 3, 4 months, right? Start watching for the I'm expecting the transactions to increase on Vechain's platform. Now keep in mind there's a ton of VThor out there that has already been generated. So yeah, Vechain Thor might go up, it might go down, or maintain its even strain. We'll see what happens with that, but certainly BYD, VThor is going to start getting used, so that's really cool. But yeah, I like Vechain. So more, yeah, I'm feeling great, thanks. Yeah, and XRP going crazy, yeah. So those bears wants to know, will VET be obtainable to U.S. citizens? Yes, OceanX. OceanX. You can sign up on OceanX. So we're just looking at player on it. So you can get it there at OceanX. You can sign up. If you want to withdraw, more than $10,000 a day, you have to KYC. Other than that, you don't. He'll come up with a thing, but, you know. OceanX is where you can get your Vechain. And then, hey, if it gets on Binance, a US, that'd be cool too. So the Geld Travel says the bulls are back in town. Yeah, it's like I'm bullish long term and I'm cautious midterm. For the next few days, it's like I'm pretty cautious. It just looks to me like, you know, Bitcoin could dump because of the, it could dump. We'll see what happens, right? We'll see. But for the long term for Bitcoin, I'm bullish. And I have been for quite some time. Oh, XRP versus USD. Oh, I'll take a look at that instead of BTC. XRP USD. Oh, this is on the 2-hour. You go to the 4. Okay. Yeah, XRP is still sucking wind. It needs to come up here, and it needs to break this area. At least start trading around in this range. I'd love to see it trade around in this higher area here. So we'll see if it trades in this higher area, what we're looking for, okay? It gets up to this area however it does, okay? Let's say it's up here. And it goes like this, and it goes up, and then it comes down a little bit, and then it starts to turn around. That's when I will get excited, okay? It's right there. Because what happens is that usually the start of the markup area where it goes like that. So we'll see. But then, hey, it could start here and go. I mean, you know, it's the market, right? But usually what happens is that this area here has been pretty much cleared out, swept of the orders. So that's why things can just go through it, because all the buyers and sellers that are interested in this area, in this price range, are like gone, or they've been taken care of. And so it could go up here. Could go up here, bounce around, sweep it some more. We'll see. And then maybe up here and sweep it some more. We'll see. But notice I do have a target box. It could come down here and sweep this area. Okay? Which would not be a great thing for XRP people. Anyway, that's about it, guys. The video's getting kind of long. Best of luck to you. And keep your eyes on Vechain. Do your research. Read that carbon credit thing on the new WeChat mini program. Best of luck, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, get notified. Have a great, fantastic day.